up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the AI Marketing Navigator. This is your daily compass in the ever-evolving world of AI marketing. Okay, for today's episode, I am pulling some inspiration from Rowan Chang. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Rowan. And I highly recommend you follow Rowan if you're not interested, if you're at all interested in AI or the latest in AI, like I am. I've been following him for a while, and he's just has awesome content on AI news, AI tools. Definitely check his website out and newsletter at therundown.ai. Check him out on Twitter at therundown.ai as well, I believe. Let me just double check here. Of course, I had it just pulled up. Okay, so his Twitter handle is Rowan Chang, ROWANCHEUNG. And the Rundown AI is at the Rundown AI on Twitter as well. There are tutorials if you join their university, Rundown University, and I believe it's called. And I'm getting so much good AI news and tips for my business productivity and my marketing productivity and hacks. So super huge thank you to Rowan and everybody at the Rundown AI. And hopefully it's benefited all of you too, as I can share some of these marketing hacks and how I'm putting them to use. Anyway, so I'm pulling inspiration from a thread on X that Rowan posted regarding how Claude 3.5 Sonnet has completely changed education. And he shows and goes through the prompts and steps for building an interactive quiz for students, or for students that can grade them or go through and give them correct answers and reasoning behind the answers. Stuff like that is the type of prompt he set it up in the Twitter thread. And again, I'll link it, so make sure to check it out and see how you can use it. And of course, I'm always looking for how these things can be used for us marketers. And I thought this was a perfect application for a customer quiz or an interactive lead form that can be used for guiding your customer to a correct product, maybe, or service. Maybe you can gamify some aspect of your product or service with a quiz or a point-based game of some sort. Really, your imagination is the only limit, as you'll soon find out with this new Claude 3.5 Sonnet capability. Or maybe you can create a free tool, which we talked about on this show, creating a free tool and using it as like a lead funnel or a lead magnet. So what I thought I would do for today's episode is I would go ahead and try and take Rowan's suggestion here, or his concept of using Claude to build tools or applications, whether it's education or marketing based. And so what I've done is I created a prompt and for Claude that I think will create hopefully the experience or a little tool that we have, whatever tool that we have in mind. And I think that what I'll do is try and create a free like marketing strategy generator or something. We'll keep it super simple, really relatively simple, but I'm going to have it ask for a few questions, for a few inputs from the user regarding their business metrics. Based on those inputs, we'll try and have it spit out some sort of marketing strategy with some reasoning behind its recommendations. So it'll be quick and dirty. Definitely just mostly want to demonstrate and tinker with the capability of Claude 3.5 here. And its artifacts is the new feature on Claude that is allowing us to really, what it allows you to do is develop and build right alongside your inputs and references in the Claude interface. It's really impressive, as you'll see. And hopefully we can give you a bit of an idea of how it can be used to develop marketing tools or customer experiences for your business. Okay, now I am in Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So I'm in Claude. I have started experimenting a little bit or tinkering around with their projects feature as well, which basically just allows you to organize your chats in different digital assets and files, et cetera, into different projects, as I understand it, and keep that kind of training in context in one space, if you will. And that's my understanding anyway. So I have my little web developer chat project. I'm kind of treating them like agents almost, if you will. And I have given it the following prompt. Now you'll see in Rowan's thread and use case that they are talking about over at the Rundown AI as more of an educational quiz based on existing piece of educational material or marketing material you could use, like a flyer or a workshop. But in our case, this is the prompt I went with, using kind of the same basic reasoning. I said, create an interactive web tool taking the form of a question and answer survey. The tool's function is to recommend a digital marketing strategy tailored to each user based on their responses to the questions. You should also generate the questions that are necessary for you to be able to formulate a digital marketing strategy. For example, what type of business are you? Who is your target audience? What is your marketing budget? Ask as many of these types of questions as you need to formulate an actionable marketing strategy. Your marketing strategy should include the reasoning behind each recommendation and include multiple best practice digital marketing techniques. Make sure the quiz is no longer than 8 questions. I figured, if it's any longer than that, I don't want people to just get sick and tired of taking this relatively simple quiz. Again, this is very hypothetical, but I'm like, hey, let's keep it short, let's keep it sweet, but we need some detail anyway. So that's where I came up with the random 8 questions. Of course, my mind is blown by the output. So I am sharing my screen here. And this is where these tools are really impressing me, especially Claude Sonnet, Claude 3.5. According to everybody and all the tweets and the posts that I've been seeing, and I hope that you've been seeing as well, the ability for this tool to code and build with these artifacts and these projects is just incredible. And so what it's done here is giving me the HTML code for our little web tool that we asked it to build. It gave us some basic CSS styling and some JavaScript programming as well, and logic as well. And so I just went ahead and I threw this up on CodePen, which some of you front-end developers, if there are any of you out there, I hope there are likely familiar with. It's just a little tool or platform that basically allows you to throw up some front-end code like HTML and CSS and JavaScript and see what it's doing, play with it, test it a little bit, share it with others, and see how it works very quickly and easily. So here's what we got for our very first prompt. You can see here on the video, definitely check it out when you have time so you can see our tool. It's just a little window or module that is a very simple question and answer survey. It looks like a form and built in very simple HTML. The first question, and it's called the Digital Marketing Strategy Recommender. And the first question is, what type of business are you? B2B, B2C, or both? So we're going to answer B2B and click next. And this is the first time I'm testing out the tool, guys. So right along with you here, we're going to see what kind of strategy it can output. The next question, who is your target audience? Young adults, 18 to 35, middle-aged adults, 36 to 55, or seniors, 56 plus. So for digital pop, we're going to go all age groups. Next, what is your monthly marketing budget? Less than 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, 5,000 to 20,000, or more than 20,000. So we're all bootstrapped here at Digital Pop right now. So we're going to pretend that we're right in the 5,000 to 20,000 range and see what our tool does for our recommendations. What's your primary business goal? Increase brand awareness, generate leads, drive sales, or improve customer retention? We're going to go with drive sales. We're trying to, make some cash, right, people? So we're going to drive sales. Which social media platforms do you currently use? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter? None. So I'm assuming it's going to let us select more than one here. Nope, just one. So that's a little bit of a logic flaw with the form, but I'm sure we can correct that and tinker back and forth with the AI, which I think I'll do a little bit at the end of the episode here, just see if we can improve the styling of our form a little bit. But so far, I am significantly impressed. I mean, this literally took seconds, and it would have taken me quite a long time to maybe not find the code and implement it, but definitely understand it and troubleshoot it. That's for sure. Anyway, we're going to say Facebook. Let's go with LinkedIn. That's our bread and butter for sure. So do you have a content marketing strategy? Yes, we regularly produce content. We occasionally create content, or no, we don't have a content strategy. Let's go with no and see if we can press it or push it to give us a good recommendation here. How would you rate your current website? Is it excellent? Is it good? Needs improvement? We don't have a website. Let's go needs improvement. Are you currently using any paid advertising? Yes, regularly, occasionally, no, but interested, no, not interested, occasionally. So I do like the questions, and I think these are very sound questions that should and would help one create a marketing strategy for a business. So let's continue here. We're going to say we occasionally are using paid advertising. Okay, and now we have our personalized digital marketing strategy. So I'm just going to read it off for you. And again, this is my first time seeing the results of our strategy. We'll see how it sounds. Hopefully it's not too jargony and it's actually actionable. So it's called, again, your personalized digital marketing strategy with a B2B focus. For B2B businesses, focus on professional networks and content marketing. Leverage LinkedIn for networking and targeted advertising. Develop thought leadership, content to establish authority in your industry. Implement account-based marketing, ABM strategies for high-value prospects. Content marketing opportunity. Developing a content strategy can significantly boost your digital marketing efforts. Start a blog to share industry insights and attract organic traffic. Create downloadable resources to generate leads. Develop a content calendar to ensure consistent publication and promotion. Website improvement. Your website is crucial for digital marketing success. Invest in a responsive, user-friendly website design. Optimize your website for conversions with clear call to actions and streamlined user journeys. Implement analytics to track user behavior and improve performance over time. Okay, so relatively generic and pretty. I won't say jargony, but recommendations that I think anybody listening to this podcast has certainly been used to hearing over the last 10 years of content marketing and basic social media marketing and things like that. But we have to remember that for every piece of content or for every strategy, there has to be someone out there that's new to it or is maybe hearing these things for the first time. And I have to say, at the very least, this is sound advice, and it is not incorrect to recommend these things. I think we can absolutely improve the tool a little bit and ask for it to get a little more actionable with its recommendations. For now, I'm going to prompt the Claude AI to improve the CSS a little bit and improve the styling and try and bring more of a brand feel to it. And we'll see what it does here. So hang on with me for a second here, and we'll see if we can create a little bit nicer of a experience. So I'm going to click Start Over, which is also a nice logical feature of our Claude coded tool here. So one moment. Okay, hopping back in here, and this is the prompt that I gave it. Folks, I said, improve the CSS significantly, as if you're, and of course my spelling was off, as if you are a master of CSS. Choose a brand style and implement it into the tool. And it went right ahead. And we have this nice long output of much more detailed CSS for sure from the basic one that we grabbed. Now, let's see again. I don't believe we need to implement any more HTML in order to apply the CSS. So it should have used all the existing classes and IDs and all the stuff that we would need. And it also gave us a tag for the styling. So, but I think I'm just gonna, like I said, we're gonna throw it in our code pen here and see what happens to our lovely little tool. Hey, look at that. We're already significantly improved as far as just a general experience, a general look and feel. We went from a very boxy, very non-branded tool to now this nice blue and nicely sized and shaped. Definitely check out the video. You'll appreciate more why our experience has improved here. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure it still works, and of course it does not. So that's the first issue we have here. Yep, I've tried to highlight a few different things now, and I'm sure it's probably registering the input at some point and then allowing me to go on to the next question, but I don't know exactly how that's being done. Let's see what it generates and how at least the generated strategy looks for us. Oh, and we answered it a little differently, so that's also good to see. I don't believe I selected things like we don't have a content strategy or we need to improve our website, so it didn't offer those bits of information. So that's contextually good. So again, we were able to vastly improve the style here. It did break our logic and reasoning a little bit, but I can't tell you how impressed I am with how quickly and easily you can build something and then just ask for it to do what you need. Ask for it to improve where it needs to be improved, and it's going to do it. And you'll tailor something that is going to be used. I am swiftly running out of time every single day, and there's just not enough time in the day, but I am going to try and implement this strategy to build a tool, to build a free lead magnet of some sort for the Digital Pop site. So, okay. That should do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the show or found it useful in any way, please do me a favor and follow on Spotify or subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. A review on top of that would be even more appreciated and super, super helpful to the show. So until next time, as always, thank you for joining me. And remember to stay curious, stay consistent, and keep navigating forward. Bye.